Hi guys, we're back. Sorry it's been 4 months, I didn't realise. I've just had to watch my video to see what last time I was telling you I've been doing. Well, there's a lot of noise on the video, and as you can see, it's a new house and estate at the back, so all these weren't even here last time I did a video. So I'm going to start it from the front. As you remember, this plot bit was just all overgrown, so I've ended up making this a little bed for my daughter. Has grown everything in here. I want to do pumpkins and sweet corn, so the sweet corn's just starting to come up. It's not looking too bad. We're now on, let's have a look, yeah, the 12th of July. You see the pumpkin here, so that's under there. There's another one hiding around the back here. They've got squash, so we'll see what happens with that one. So yeah, still ongoing at the front. Really need to get on top of the weeds. Currently off work now with a bad leg, so I'm trying to play catch up. This is what I've been doing earlier, and I've got to continue, but just thought I'd shove a video out, just to let you know I'm all alive. If you can see here, I ended up putting sweet corn in the back, but yesterday the squirrels started to attack it, so I've had to bodge up a bit of netting. Been up with sunflowers too, so I'm going to take that one off and try and start drying that one out. So obviously none of this was here last time. This is the bit I've got to weed tonight. Well, this evening I should say, not tonight. That's all got overgrown at the back, but these squashes and punches over there, so once I get it all done, I'll let you know. We've got peas down the front. I'm putting a trellis in, quite a simple one. A couple of canes have been grown up here, and these are actually, you know what, I'm also going to be taking off tonight. So these was a Lincoln pea. See if I can, not very good for this 100. There we go. So and you can just see them there if it decides to focus. So yeah, they're quite nice. I like them. End up eating more as you're going around. Again, a bit of weeding needs doing in here, but the beetroot's still going. I've struggled to keep on top of the water, which I think a lot of people probably are. I had a row of broad beans up here that I'll put in the pictures. This salad now has gone to seed. It's been left. And then the parsnips coming up in the tubes that we tried this year. Now, on my last video, I mentioned the carrots. So these were the 2 boxes. Unfortunately, this box was looking really lovely, and I'll put some pictures in this. And I think either squirrels or rats came along and ate all of them. So I've planted some more. I've got to decide whether I'm going to take this plant out to give the carrots a bit more of a chance underneath. And then I've had to cover these over, and they are growing, but it's not really ideal at the minute. They're very, very dry, so I keep having to take them off, give them a soak. But if you let's see, so these are nowhere near ready, look. So let's have a look. Yeah, but they're not ready. I think a lot of it's down to not getting the water now, and I've had to net them up loads just to stop whatever's in it. Also a bit of a nightmare, probably why I've not been loading. It's not been a good year actually, although the weather's been brilliant. All the bugs came out early, and the wildlife. So at the minute I'm having things dug up. Someone's dug a turnip up, but I have had some turnips, and there's still a few in between stuff, in between the weeds. These tomatoes were just overfill, Now if you remember last year, this whole bed was onions. Now this year, put my onions in earlier, was looking great. Bit naive of me really. There's something called allium leaf miner. Got into all my plants, all my onions, and destroyed the old crop. So this bed now has become a makeshift tomato bed. These ones, I don't know if you've watched other channels, but these are the Black Moon. This needs to go through, pinch stuff out at some point. Look, I've missed you don't really want it joining down there, so I've missed where I should have made it grow a little bit easier, but that's already needing a bit of a trim. Same with this one. This is I believe aroma. I did put all the tags in, but they seem to have gone amiss. That one is, I think that one's a moneymaker, another aroma. I believe these ones are the brandy wine ones. So yeah, they're a bit of an overflow. I will try and have a look at the tags next time. It was just a bit falling over. Stand here doing that with a bad leg. So yeah, so this bed ended up being chucked in some monge too, which again, not overly happy with it. It don't seem to be growing as well as I thought it would. I've got a random bean here that started to climb up there, so that wasn't intended for over here. I've just forgot to move it, but this one was supposed to be with the beans, so we'll stick that one there and hopefully it will decide to grow up where I'm hoping they do grow up here. So sorry it's a bit backwards and forwards. So I ended up keeping the original, there we go, that's better, the original teepee. I put beans all the way around it, didn't seem to grow, so I made some smaller ones at the side, netted them, stopped the pigeons, and they've grown, but probably could have done with doing them higher. They've got all tangled up together, look. The flowers again have looked really nice, but starting to wilt off. This looked lovely along this flower bed. So I'm probably just struggling to get the water down. These are the dahlias coming through. Some of the snapdragons that we grew last year. Some of the lilies that are coming up now from, they was actually bulb sets. My thyme started going to flower, but this one is still looking quite nice. The lemon thyme, I've took a few cuttings from that because I use that quite a bit. Again, the cosmos are looking nice. I've got a few bits of bobs in there as well. This is a lovely weed that definitely needs to go out. These are a different bean this year I've tried. So it's like a French bean, but a purple one. So they don't seem to be getting attacked actually, so quite looking forward to trying them. Got a harvest to take home for them tonight. These are the ones that the parsnips we tried in the tub. Probably regret putting the marigold both sides because you forget how big they get, and they sort of took over the space of some of them. But again, that needs, I think, some better compost on top and a bit more moisture because they're struggling. Talking about struggling, the herbs are completely gone. The only thing that's not struggling are the dock leaves and weeds, because we've got 4 weeks now till presentation day, so I'm using this as a bit of a, not presentation day, that's the wrong way of saying it, composters. I'll just quickly show you this. This is me lad's little plot. He's put a couple of butternut squashes in there, so that's his little project at the moment. Yeah, we've got 4 weeks until it's open day, where we let people walk around, and at the minute mine is absolutely embarrassing for weeds and stuff, so I want to get it tidied up, hopefully get a bit of wood chip on. Yeah, these are the beans, look, so quite like them. I think those from King's, looking forward to them. We've got the usual courgette, that's a little cucumber, probably a bit early for taking that off. These flowers are loving it, but of course they don't need no water, or very little. Last time I think we was just, this has been a bit of a nightmare, the brassica cage. So as you can see, these tomato plants aren't brassicas, but I've had that many of them this year. I've had to put some outside, so the ones that have been all a bit funky have come outside, but the actual brassicas themselves have been shocking because they've been attacked, they've been netted. I put a metal netting all the way around it, then I've had to net it again with this sort of nylon netting to stop the birds and the insects. But yeah, again, needs a good weed in here. I tried to put cardboard down in between and have a run so I could like something to walk on, but everything's just been nobbled in here for some reason. I don't quite know why. So these are some kohlrabi that needs to be put in the ground. They're the purple Brussels. The cabbages down here not going very well at all. So I could say the broccolis has come flowered before I've had it. Some more, what's it on? Yeah, they are, just double checking there. Some more dark, some Black Moon from Growing Local. Yeah, this is the brandy wine from Growing Local. No, none on that at the moment. That one had a bit of a tough start to life. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, bit of a disaster on the brassica front down here anyway. I will tell you about another little adventure that we've been on, but that's a video for another time. So yes, as you can see, not my finest hour, but I just like to be honest and truthful that sometimes it gets a bit on top. I have started to clear around the pond because you couldn't see it. We had some frogs spawn in there, seen some little frogs jumping about, but no slugs from this year because we haven't had any, it's been that hot. Now this is the plot that was in the last video, was just putting the potatoes in. So since that, the potatoes have been out. We've stored most of them. Got a few mains left in, look, but even them struggling a bit I've really banked them up now. So I've now actually gone out and put the other tomatoes. So more tomatoes have just come out here because I was getting too much for the polytunnel. And other pumpkins in here. This courgette plant's been very productive. We've had 4 off of this. That's that one that you've just seen. Got another one coming now, look. So I like to take them off when they're not too big. We prefer them like that. I've got some more, I can't see the tub, more potatoes in there growing. Some more dark Black Moon, look. So, and the other thing we've done quite well with is the cucumber plants. So there's one there that I've now put outside. You can see why we're struggling for water, look. I mean, normally that thing's up in the air 8 foot, and it's, I don't know what time it is, it's 9 o'clock at night and everyone's still, someone's turned the tap off. So yeah, it's taking a while. So hence why I thought I'll just show you. So because of the heat, I've been leaving this up. And as you can remember last year, this is where I spent a lot of time getting it ready for this season. And I'm quite chuffed with it actually, it's worked quite well. So this is me defence for the rodents, let's say. I will try and add some video, some photos at the end of the video, just of all the stuff that's been missed really. And then you'll get an idea of where we've been. So last time we had the shelves up, we had floating shelves all the way along for stuff that was growing. So all the floating shelves have now come down. They will be reused, that's why they're standing up next to beds. Look at the back there. So they have to come out for the stuff to come in. So these are this cucumber plant for some reason just doesn't want to go to the top, keeps falling down. So, and you are best really to try and keep them on top. So these tomatoes are one called Moneymaker, which get a bit of bad rep for taste, but that was last year. So we're going to see what they're like this year after a good season. You can see I've took all the leaves down at the bottom, try and keep some air flow around it, especially with it being so warm. But they are looking good, and we've got no, they are looking nice. They're ready for a feed. This has been one of the most productive cucumber plants we've had this year. So these ones at that size, I'm not far off taking it back. I don't like them when they get too big and get too seedy. So my daughter absolutely monsters them. She loves them. So in there we've got money makers. There's another tomato plant at the back, which is a beef tomato, a Saint Pierre, if you remember me planting them out. These big ones here, look, so they're looking nice. And this last year was just, we had bags in there, so I put all my old compost from last season into there to fill it up, and it probably could do with some more filling again, look, for next year. This one is looking good, and the name forgets me. I'll try and remember. Just getting one or two just starting to ripen. Again, I've took away the leaves on the bottom, trying to get some airflow around them. See around here, look, they're going to need a few leaves moving. Another cucumber plant, and then the favourite of all, the chilies. So this one has been kindly given to me, so I can't remember the name of that. It's a Polish one. This is a ghost chilies that I've got from, I had that for Father's Day off the kids. That was very nice of them. A couple of small cayennes that are probably ready for repotting. This one's been very productive. It's the Devil's Brew from my own seeds that we collect last year. Quite like that ones. A small second Scotch bonnet. This one is the habanero fire, but that needs repotting now, just getting up to a nice size. Now in here you'll see this is again not ideal because I've got 4 chili plants in one bit, and I do need to separate them. And we've got, well, this one says it's a jazz, but there's no way that's a jazz. So I've got a feeling this is actually a Devil's Brew from the look of the chilies, or it could be a cayenne, because that's a jazz. I don't know if you can see them. They're a new one this year. That's more of a cayenne looking one, look. So I've got some coming on there. One at the back. These are like a sweet chili, but I'm struggling a bit with them. I need to look into, they all seem to clump in one area and then get squashed against each other. The basil's still got to be repotted. Look how tiny it is, bless it. Now this one's a nice one. It's an exile chili. It's quite a rare one, hard to start, but you could probably see it better if it wasn't too full, as full as it is. Now we've got another jazz chili here. That one has just been repotted. Quite a few off that, so they're like, they grow at least the palm of your hand when I take them off, but they're quite nice. That one's got a bit stuck, so I'm going to pinch that one off because it's not really going to do anything there. So they do get that thing, quite a warm one, jazz chili. The Scotch bonnets, wow. Last year I tried to grow these and grew a load of bell peppers, but I actually managed to get some good seed this year. They've been so productive. I've took loads off it already. I can't believe how many are still on it. So definitely one I'm going to do again. In fact, the weight of that I might even have to consider. Sorry about the camera work. Shocking. Yeah, that must be for another day. Yeah, it needs moving about. Now this one is the orange flame, for any of you that remember it from last year, that I never got in it. So I overwintered it, and I'm hoping that we're going to get a few. Again, it's been a bit hard work, this one has. It grows very strange. So I've been trying to get rid of all the dead off of it, but hopefully, let's hope we do get some of them. They're supposed to be really warm. Another cucumber plant, a grapevine that I rescued that was dying. Another cucumber plant. Some more tomatoes or chapstick of. However, this side we've got for the first year some black beauties, some aubergines. They're looking quite nice. So I ended up having to make this cage because the rats was eating everything. So what I did early on at the start of the season was close it up like this. Sorry about that. So closed it up. It's all fell off now. I've done that. Now when you think I wish I'd not touched that there. So yeah, I closed it up like that just to keep the rats out, and it worked really well, to be fair. But now we seem to have less of a problem with the rats. It's now been used for the aubergines, so I don't know how well you can see it. Got another cayenne in there, look. I can't remember that one. Someone gave me that one. I can't remember what it is. And this one's been quite nice. It's the purple one that was overwintered. It hasn't really got very big. And yeah, that's all really to show you. Sorry it's been a bit erratic because I need to start preparing my videos a bit. So, but I do need to crack on, try and get some water around stuff. So there we go, and I'll keep you updated on what we're doing next. So I hope you're all well. Hope it's nice to see me. Some people think it might have been nice not to see me, but yes, I'll any produce that we have had, I'll stick some of them at the end of the video just to show you the sort of thing that we've been harvesting, and then I'll try and make the next one a bit sooner than this one. Hope you're all well. Take care. Bye.